Good morning, Raider Brigade. I'm First Sergeant Simmons with Bravo Company 49 Infantry. Today, I'm going to give you a short class on how to correctly bore sight a PEQ15 Alpha to your weapon system. All right, so let's get started and go over the equipment we need for a 10-meter bore sight. All right, so the first piece of equipment we're going to talk about that you're going to need to reference is the technical manual. The TM is 9-5855-1912-13 Papa with a 16 February 2007 publication date. All right, the next piece of equipment we have is the PEQ15 Alpha. You're going to need a 3-volt battery. You have an optional pressure switch. We have a flathead screwdriver, and then you have your bore sight kit. In the bore sight kit, you're going to find 10-meter string. You're going to have your bore sight laser, and then you're going to have your pouch with your 3-barrel guide rods. Next, you're going to have to determine what kind of rail mounting you're going to use. We have a 10-meter bore sight offset target here. The DA form is a 7476 Romeo. It can also be referenced in your TM on 2-17. For our demonstration, we're going to have a top rail mounted PEQ15 Alpha. All right, so let's begin before we bore sight with a brief description of the PEQ15 Alpha. So you have your battery terminal here that takes the 3-volt battery. The positive end faces out. All right, so you have a couple different sets of lasers here. The one on the left side of the PEQ15 Alpha is the infrared illuminator, and the cap for it is called a diffuser cap. The adjusters on the left side of the PEQ are the illuminator adjusters, so that's just for the left side. On the right side, you have your aiming laser, both visible and infrared, and then here are your corresponding adjusters. So one thing to note is the visible and IR aim lasers are co-aligned. Therefore, a single set of adjustments are going to move both of these lasers. Here we have our mode selector. The mode selector is going to change the different modes between the laser systems here. So you have your AL for visible laser, you have your O for off, your P for program, then you have your aim low, dual low, aim high, illuminator high, and then you have your dual high. Here on the base of the PEQ15 Alpha, you have your optional pressure switch port. All right, finally on to bore sighting the rifle. Just remember before you begin, it's important to make sure that your weapon system is clear and the source of feed has been removed. So for this rifle, I've mounted it on a stable platform using an MRE box. So let's come on in and take a look at this PEQ15 Alpha. All right, so for our laser system here, we've mounted it on the top rail. The battery has been inserted and we've powered it on. We're also using a pressure switch to make manipulation of the laser a little bit easier. We've had the selector mode set to Alpha Lima, and the visible laser has been powered on. The only set of adjustments that we need to manipulate are going to be on this side for the aiming laser. So you have your elevation and your windage. And then we need to make sure that the bore sight laser has been inserted into the barrel and that the laser is in bore with the actual rifle itself. So once all adjustments have been made, you want to come down and just take a look to make sure that your offset target corresponds with your lasers. So you have your bore sight laser, and then you'll end up with your PEQ laser. The reference we use for this, once again, is in the TM. It's page 2-17, which is going to give you the data to figure out what your actual offset should be. So I'm First Sergeant Simmons with PEQ15A, and this is my bore sighting class.